What's up, everybody? How you doing? Mm, Smokey and the Bandit up in this bitch. How y'all doing today? I know some of y'all sleep, but we're gonna wake you up real quick. Yes, sir. How y'all doing? Ah, a really great day, huh? What's up, AB? What's up, Mel? How y'all doing today? I'm just out here smoking a cigar in the car, not trying to do too far bars. Man, we got to do a recap of that classic from last night, man. Woo! Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it that she was going to come and do a bunch of this. It was just too easy just to predict that shit. I swear to everything that is good. I swear to everything that is loyal in life. I knew what she was going to do before she did it. Can't articulate yourself. Can't stand on your own 2 feet. But this is what we got. This is what we got. And here's the craziest part about it. Not one time, and I mean one time, did she make any valid statement, which is funny because I was giving her out. You don't gotta fuss down and scream down on the chick. No, that's uncouth. That's what they look for. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. As soon as I did the women's turn of the biggest L's they had to carry, had to be some broad from the chat. Had to be. Lies? What am I lying about? Please tell me. I knew it. Couldn't resist the bait. See, this is the crazy part. Some of these chicks don't even understand where they're being baited. They don't even understand when they're being baited. When I had the biggest, what's up, Otis? When I had the biggest L's that black men had to take and hold, not one black man disputed what I had to say. But when you talk about black women, it never fails. Can't take accountability for your own actions. Everything was live and in living color last night. Everything was there. The questions that everybody wanted to know. Because she used all the modern tropes. Black men are killing black women. Since when? How many babies did y'all kill in abortion? How many black men did y'all get killed for sending another black man to the police to do it? But see, black men can take their L's. We're known for not working together. We're too damn territorial. We listen to our women too damn much. Those are L's we take. We're afraid of success. But you know what black men do that black women don't? We look at the neural stereotypes and we actually and we actually circumvent them. We rise above the hate. We grow. We take whatever issue you have with us and turn that shit into a non-existent. You know what black women do with their stereotypes? They reinforce them. If you say, hey, baby, you're getting a little overweight, what is a black woman going to do? Get even more overweight. Now, is that all of them? No, but that's the overwhelming majority. When a black woman is like nasty and rude, she's got to fuck up everybody else's day. When a black woman doesn't like anybody, she tries to get everybody not to like that person. What's up, Art? Enigma? What's up, Mike? Ain't nobody trying to see you, Otis. Come on. What's up, Otis? But yet, everything I'm saying is not out of hatred. Oh, sure, I could come over. All right, that's cool. So about 8:30, 8:35, I come up there. But yet, let's let's recap of what was said. Was I wrong when I said black women are the number one reasons why their relationships are ruined? Let's look at marriage results. 80% of marriages in the black community, the divorces are filed by the women. Was I wrong? Was I hating on black women? No. You get a lot of hate telling the damn truth, I notice. What about the fact of the matter that if you have 75 to almost 80% of the children and the boys can't read on level, that is your fault. The least you could do was give us the damn boys and the girls and let us pass or fail on our own. JC, you give me a woman, and I'm gonna give you some internal bullshit, especially if they're from this fucking country or the Western world. Very few women out there are about their shit. Very few women out there actually like being women. Okay, they actually like being fit. They actually like being cordial and nice and feminine. You can't be red pill to black women and blue pill for all other women. Hell no, we don't do that here. It's like Wakanda with bowing. We don't do that here. No. See, what happens is this. You get all these naysayers who think they're going to debunk your argument with these old fucking tropes. And I'm going to ask you, why don't you get a marriage out of it? If you're going to let a man shoot up your club, why don't you get a marriage out of it? Why don't you get a commitment? If something happens to him, at least you could get his SSI. At least you could get his insurance. But no, you don't think that long. You think that all you need is a baby and you got a family. But yet, what has single motherhood has done? It has put us in perpetual poverty. If you really have an issue of the men and the children, give the damn children to the men. But you won't do that, will you? You won't do it. You will not admit that you have some failures. You will not admit that you have some things that are lacking. But it's okay for the black man to say, hey, I got problems. I need to work on them. It's okay. Because you know what? It's always been to blame the black man strategy. You're right, Sheed. Life insurance on the ring. If you know that all these guys are walking dicks and they really like you and they really want to sleep with you, why can't you get any guarantees? That shows how pathetic shit has gotten. And then this woman tried to come up here and lie, and I mean lie. And I'm thankful for the beautiful black woman that comes to my channel and called her out on her bullshit. Called her straight out. That's the amazing part. Called her straight out on it. And it's funny because multiple women came to my channel and said, you know what? I agree totally with you. These are L's we gotta carry. If more black women took an introspective thought within themselves to say what we need to improve upon, shit would be beautiful. Shit would be beautiful. So, yo, we love black men, but they beat us. Yeah, pick a struggle, you know? Pick a struggle. And it was so amazing that every trope she came out with, there was an answer right there. All you got to do is let these little modern feminists talk, and they'll beat themselves at their own damn game. And I do have to say this: if black men ain't shit, why are you fucking them? Why are you sleeping with them? Even more so, why are you going to take almost an entire year to produce a baby for them? You literally are producing babies for men that you, from your words, say that aren't fit to be fathers. So either A, you don't know how to pick men, or B, you don't give a damn what type of man you get, or C, you're too stupid to realize or to get somebody to pick a good man for you. Which one is it? Because if you're gonna say these men ain't this and ain't that, you got to take a really deep look at yourself. At least black men, when they screw up and they get a ratchet pregnant, oh man, the sex was good. At least they give you a valid excuse or a valid answer. I know I shouldn't have been messing with her raw. Something valid. Something extremely valid. You're the ones who control sex. We don't. We control relationships. So that means you could actually scheme a man into getting married. Whatever happened to the shotgun wedding? No, you got married into the government benefits. That's what happened. The Monahan report told you that. Later tonight on BGS channel with the Kerner Commission, which I'll be a guest along with Art of It More. And we're going to speak about the policing and police policies. Think about this. I think a very intelligent woman is a woman who can use her beauty at its peak to get the best possible husband slash father that she can get. See, a lot of my cousins are very beautiful women. Okay, a lot of my cousins have been married to their husbands for what, 20 some odd years. They still kept up. As a matter of fact, one cousin actually lost weight, got fit, and got in shape, and she's enjoying her 22nd anniversary. And she's about to have one of her sons graduate high school successfully. Has a very successful husband, two beautiful young men. What more can you ask for? She was lovely, feminine, God fearing, and she's been with her husband longer than some people longer than some people listening to my channel been alive. Toya, woo! My great aunt, almost 55 years of marriage, and she gave a very similar speech to George S. Patton. It is foolish and disrespectful to mourn men when they die, but thank God that men like this lived. How many black women want to say that when their husbands pass? I can't cry. I can't I can't I can't be sad when God blessed me with such a man. That's what that lady told me. But you go out of your way, as Frankie Belly would say, and put yourself in a self-pity prison. Why? You can't even make it with the most egalitarian, easygoing man who virtuously has no standards for what his woman should look like. You can't make it with him. Why? That's not an L that black men carry. We don't tell you how to dress. We don't make you put on wigs that from other cultures' hair. We don't tell you to get out there and twerk. We don't teach. Think about it. Black men don't teach their daughters to twerk. Black men don't even like going to same places to lounge with their sons. The most they might do with their sons is have a beer or a drink out back at the cookout. We don't go chasing, going to the clubs with our sons, trying to chase women with our sons. We don't even, we have a defined limit of what you do with your children. You have videos of mothers and daughters having threesomes with a man. Disgusting. But somehow that's black men's fault. Somehow, some way. And this lady, who didn't realize that I had to put foot in the ass in the black men first and say, you lack teamwork. You lack the will to be successful. You lack the will to be a leader. And you know what black men said on my channel? You're right. We got to do better. But as soon as I have to make a valid critique of black women, here comes Miss T85. And oh, thank you for coming up, because I made some good money off of you, and I'm going to keep making money off of you because, you know, not only am I going to make you famous, I'm going to make you look less intelligent than you really do. Shout out to Charles Irby. Gotta give him the salute, baby. Oh shit! Got some cognac money, some cigar money. Oh shit!
By the power of Grayskull.
Y'all should have never showed me those videos. I should have never learned how to put those up. You're right. The Marine here is right. Counterproductive. And everybody who's a fellow service member, a fellow police officer, EMT, paramedic, corrections, security knows that counterproductivity is not efficient, effective, and practical. When she tried to say, well, what about all these black men killing black women? Where? Even when a black man argues with a black woman, there's brothers she don't even know who will come to her aid. But you can beat us upside the head, left, right, uppercut to the gut, and people will film it and laugh. But as soon as we try to hold and restrain you, here comes the brothers. That's a woman. You can't do that to a woman. Salute to everybody's favorite mother trucker. See, Mel, the point of like talking to the lady was not about destruction. Even though the results were going to be the same, it was about to make you feel comfortable so she could walk into her own destruction willingly. She can't say that people ganged up on her, beat up on her. No, I want to hear what your comments were. Well, what about these black men making babies? 52, really, actually, 54% of black men are unmarried and childless. BGS just pulled up the stats that black women have just about 1 million uncounted babies that were not sired by black men. Statistically, black women who have 2 or more children, 68%, almost 70% of them have children by 2 or more fathers. Let me give you another biological factoid, right? Less than 50% of the men in history ever got to reproduce. Charles Irby said, you know what's sad is my closest friend got married in Morocco 2 days ago. He earns 85 to 95K range. Sister lost out on another good brother. Sister stay losing. Yeah, you gotta understand this, man. Everything that I spoke to with that young lady who's 35 years old with 2 kids, one of them a biracial, and she claimed that the child's father is Vietnamese. I said, do you know what the culture? You try to complain about black men in America. What is that? How does that culture treat their women? Well, they treat them like second class citizens. When do black men treat black women like second class citizens? As a matter of fact, we treat you too damn good sometimes, more than what you deserve at times. And the fact of the matter that she actually agreed to a lot of the stuff I spoke to. Are black women aggressive towards black men? Well, yeah, I'll give you that one. So why lie? Like we live in two different black communities. Why lie? You're right, Charles. Because men of Asian cultures usually don't sire children or get with women outside their culture unless they're just screwing them. I don't know if both her children were from the guy, but you got to realize something. Having a candid conversation where you're not being rude reveals everything. You don't know what you're talking about. You're going off of he say, she say, BS. You're not even being you're not even being elegant in your delivery. You think that you were automatically gonna be right because you're a woman. When even the women in the chat were correcting you. Shout out to Shonda H and Jackie and others. I think Toya was there too as well. Yeah, Toya as well. See, Toya, Shonda, and other women who frequent my chat who are subscribers, and we love our women. Notice they got men, they got successful men, and when you see their pictures, they're winning. Why? They're smiling. They are smiling. Ooh, somebody's. They got successful men. They're happy. They're smiling. Look what Toya's reply was. Yep. What's up, Grinder? I got to get with you this week, man. But look what Toya's reply. Yep. See, she went to go find her a man. You know why? Because Toya is something that a lot of black women refuse to be, is a winner. Women like her are winners. See, the old saying goes in wrestling and every sport and every facet of life, winners think about winning, the losers think about the winners. But you're going to have people call ladies like her pick me's. Yeah, she is. She got picked. What about you? And there lies the problem. You're bitter, you're upset, you're mad, you're angry because no one wants you. Maybe if you got in shape. Another success story that Toya has over a lot of women. She talks about candidly of how she was overweight and got down to a fit figure, got down to her fighting weight. When you hear her speak, she's highly intelligent and elegant and feminine. You telling me that doesn't draw men to you? She's not loud. She's not masculine. She's not boisterous. She'll win you by her femininity alone. On top of being drop dead gorgeous, of course, but that's not too far to what black men ask from their women. And she said all facts. I did all the work and it shows. You did your broadcast about conversation this morning. Hey, post that link in the chat so I can take a look at it. Shout out to Gold Professor. Because you got to understand something. Black men has their shit about them too. We argue about trivial shit. Look at the manosphere today. What's up, man? We argue about trivial shit. We argue about trivial shit. Whether the suits make the man, whether the Pookie and Ray Ray the real man, whether this one. Why can't I just be a man? See, over here, we worried about the men being multifaceted men, multifaceted women. How can you put how can you put a name on the unnameable? Like really, you can't even fathom the depths that black people can go when it comes to intellect, when it comes to style, when it comes to creation, engineering. You cannot do it. So why start with the shit now? There's plenty of black men who are afraid to take positions of power because they've been always beaten down from those positions. There's black men out there who have issues and hatred towards their fathers only because they hear one side of the story. You got black men out there who are poor fathers, and some of the times it's only because that chick convinced him that he was not going to be a father. Trust me, go professor. The way I circumvent that part of the conversation about worship, I doubt she'll use that again. But then again, never underestimate the crazy, the desperate, and the stupid. You learn that in Military Science 101. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, leave a donate if you feel inclined, support your interests. Because guess what? I'm doing this for the brothers and the sisters who need it. This ain't just a men's channel. This is what you're calling being communal. You're right. This is being communal. I wear suits. I wear I wear street clothes. I wear Jordans. I wear wingtips. Okay, I do it all. I can fit seamlessly in any environment. I'm so slick with it. Chameleons are jealous of me. Okay, I love a suit just as much as I love. I'm gonna bring back Averex coats if necessary. You will see me in jean shorts and linen shorts just as easily. I lift weights. I work out. I love comic books. I love gaming. I love knowledge. And that's also the broadcast Gold Professor did on the conversation. Trust me, if y'all haven't seen that conversation, I time stamped it in the communities in the comment section. The joint was fire. The craziest part about that conversation is that she was using the same feminist tropes you hear from academia. I love losing my mind in Madden when I beat you. That's what I lose, my mind, because I'm running up and down the damn field, passing the ball. Oh my goodness, you complete more passes to my team than yours, Art. So, and I want a lot of fellas to take the example of what happened last night. You don't have to cuss them out. You don't got to yell at them. You just got to make them talk and prove their points. No different than what happened with no different than what happened with Cynthia G years ago. No different. No different with Cynthia G. It just took one question. What's the opposite of a beta male coon? That's all. Because once you have a conversation with someone, it becomes very revealing. Let's see what you know first, then we start from there. It gets very revealing. I'm up in this joint looking like a Sith Lord. Of course, we know she's psychotic and cybernetic. And the G stands for Gorgon, by the way. Think about this. Think about this, man. When you have people who can't decipher the bullshit from the facts and the truth, those people are forever lost. It's either they can't or they refuse to do it. See, I don't believe women first, I believe facts. Smoking's bad for me, so is living. But I got to do both, right? Trust me, I put in enough cardio to circumvent this shit, so hey, I'm gonna enjoy my cigars, my liquor, and hang with my niggas, if you don't mind. By the way, Snuggles, why don't you donate once in a while? See, Toya is the example. Yes, we could use Shonda H and other women like Kareen and others who are beautiful women, and Jackie, Miss Jackie as well, when she had a conversation on my channel with BGS. She wasn't combative, she just wanted to know. And BGS was giving her questions to make her think. And she enjoyed the conversation. And she said so. See, those are women you could build a society from, a civilization. When we going off to fight wars, when we going off to build societies, we can trust women like that with our children. They're not going to lead the children astray. Somebody's damn alarm. Somebody fix that shit. And of course, it's going to take them forever to even know it's their car. Thank you. But the fact of the matter is, women like that are the example. Too bad we can't clone them. Who will get themselves in shape, speak with intellect and elegance, be supportive, not afraid to be educated, but doesn't lead with it, leads with their femininity. See, I told one of my coworkers, I bet you I could find you a man and y'all be engaged or married within a year or a year and a half. She never took me up with that offer. You know why? Because she doesn't want to find out what she was lacking. But it's okay for black men to always make the improvements. It's okay for black men to always take that introspective thought and say, what can I do better? But thou shalt not question a black woman. We are born perfect. We are the will of God itself in flesh. I even was on a date with a woman. Yes, Sunday. And we had a great date. That Monday, we had a conversation. Like I said, you know, it's a damn shame you don't have men being men anymore. Don't know how to connect cables to a car battery. Don't know how to change a tire. It's senseless. Like a lot of men are failing each other. Didn't blink an eye. But she's riding her bike with her friend who has a PhD. Insert, I got a PhD. And she didn't know. She even said it out of her mouth. Her friend didn't have a sense of direction, didn't know what to do. And I said, "Welcome to how men felt for the last 200,000 years." And she said, "I noticed you been saying some low key sexist stuff. I've been noticing you don't listen to a damn thing I said because when I said something about men, you didn't blink or bat an eye. But now I'm sexist because I'm talking about women who typically don't have a sense of goddamn direction historically. Is it sexist or is it true? Because I found very few women who kick ass in land navigation. But even she had to correct herself and apologize because, like I said, if you ain't gonna say shit that was sexist towards men, then don't say it at all. Because what's good for the goose should definitely be good for the gander. Yep, you did, babe. You missed a classic last night. My last live stream is time stamped in the comment section. You'll enjoy it, trust me. But see, the problem is what we gotta say, and this is an L black men gotta carry. We don't check enough of these women. The biggest L that we have is to stop rewarding bad behavior. But y'all don't hear me though. Give me a woo in the comment section if you feeling this joint. Give me a woo in the chat if you feeling this joint. Nah, she didn't go to Pathfinder school. Nah, she doesn't know what a protractor looks like, man. See, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen. University of Arizona graduate. Scottie Pippen. When his wife went to sleep with Future and he found out, he should have immediately filed for divorce. And he had everything in his pocket to do so. And he would have walked away scot free. He could have filed for infidelity and walked away with all his fucking shit in tow. But you know what he did? He rewarded bad behavior by giving her what? A ring that was worth a couple of mil? How much was it? And you wonder, you take back a woman that does something that dastardly to you, how the hell can she respect you? The locks on the doors would have been changed. Her bags of what she brought her skinny little ass. Get the fuck out. But now you forgave her and she leaves you. And now you had to pay her out. Military Science 101. Always have command of the field and know when to strike. You're supposed to divorce her, keep your money, and get a chick younger than her. But that's black men's biggest L. You forgive, you forget, and you reward. But y'all don't hear me, though. Do I need to say that again? Should I say that for the Negroes in the back playing with paper airplanes, throwing spitballs and passing around notes that said, "Do you like me? Yes, no, maybe so"? You forgive, you forget, and you reward. Those are your L's. You know, one of those animes on Netflix, The Seven Deadly Sins. The biggest sin that black men carry: you forgive, you forget, and you reward. But then, and only then, is when you try to get some fucking respect. How can I respect a lick? How can I respect a mark? How can I respect a simp? And she tells you this. She tells you this. I'm a hoe. I'm going to be a hoe. Then guess what? Then leave that hoe where you found her. You know what Charles Singer used to tell me when I was in my club hopping days? If you find a bitch in the club, you leave that bitch in the club. After you had your fun with her and you jumping around, you know, and off the top rope on her and all that other stuff, you throw it back to the club. You know why? And I and he said, and I said, why? Because chicks like that, she's not your girl. It's just your turn. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. See, you see the difference between the Toyas, the Shondas, the Kareems? They're going to get some type of commitment out of you. But what happens? This chick didn't want commitment. She just wanted money. You know the old saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it was never yours in the first place. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that, man. You trying to covet something that was never yours in the first place. Don't get me wrong, I like pretty things too, but I'm not gonna let a pretty thing drive me insane either. Man, she wasn't for the streets, she was for the sewers. All that chick was a high price hoe. But yet, Shorty from last night would condone that shit. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention this part too. For everybody who was there last night, what was her answer when I asked her, when do you see black women check other black women? Hello. When do you see black women check other black women? Something must be going on in the southeast because Foxtrot is flying. Do y'all think that was a reasonable answer, or excuse me, a reasonable question to be answered, put in a simplistic form? Brothers will check brothers if they're bad fathers, if they're horrible husbands. But when do black women correct or check black women who are nasty to their husbands or boyfriends? When they're nasty or horrible to their children? When they're out there whoring? Where are the black women who check that? When do they? When do you hear them checking each other? Not one time have I heard any of these feminists talk about the incidents of black women pulling out guns out of their purses and shooting at people at a gas station, taking bottles of and glass and busting upside a brother's head. What about the one chick who opened fire and executed another chick? But y'all worship black men, right? There you go. But you're talking badly about black women. I didn't say anything that was a lie, did I? Please, chat. Please tell me where I lied. To right now or last night. I'll take my critique. I'll take my criticism. Correct me if I'm wrong. How is it that you can say black women are aggressive and ornery and curmudgeonous towards their men, but they worship them? No sense does it ever make. When you start to see a pattern, when it's one person, you usually think, okay, that's probably that person and their hangups. But when you notice that you see it growing up in the black community, you see it in school, you see it at work, you see it at college, you see it everywhere you go. At the store, something's gotta give. When are black men's experiences ever going to be validated? Well, I'm not here to make anybody feel good. You got to see, Dr. Umar Johnson said it best. He says, first of all, happiness is an internal emotion that nothing outside of it can truly affect. You can increase happiness, you can decrease happiness with the person you're dealing with, but that person cannot put happiness in you in its totality. If there's no happiness in you, nothing will make you happy. Sorry. And you know what? You know what? If that's true, what happened to mediocre tutorials and reviews, that's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. I'm tired of these people coming out here trying to cancel and make up lies and bullshit when you can't meet a person on their own terms in an intellectual debate. See, that's what the modern woman does. If she can't beat you, she cancels you. You're gonna get canceled. Instead of actually coming up with your own ideas with your own thoughts. And by the way, a lot of times these are the so-called educated women, and they're being baffled. They're being ripped to shreds intellectually. It's disgusting. You're right. The character assassination guild. They don't come out with knives in their wrists. They come out with lies out their mouth. Even the Bible talks about a false tongue, is sharper than a two-headed sword, than a double-edged sword. See, this is the reason why messages like myself, Art of Itmore, BGS, Angry Man, Obsidian, and others, whether if you agree with them or not, are damaging important, are definitely important. Because now they can't debunk us, so they're trying to silence us. I'm going to say it again for the Negroes in the back. Since they can't debunk us, they're going to try to silence us. Chris Brown said, let me talk to you. Let me see. You think I can run it, run it? Charles Faulkner, women do not want to beat you. They want you to not fight. Okay, let me see. To not fight them and give in and accept it. To them, you were wrong before the debate ever began. Not when I get finished with them. That's the facts, though. That's facts. Destroyo said, that's why it's so hard for them to go against the sisterhood. They know how the guild works. Exactly. The guild is not forgiving. The guild is worse than the mafia. Blood in and blood out. And guess what? They're going to get their fair share of blood out of your ass if you go against the status quo. You got to realize this one thing. The more they try to silence us, the more we're getting closer and closer to being mainstream and the truth being told. Well, it's the government who put us at odds. See, there are women who didn't take the welfare, didn't take the money, and wanted the men to be around. But you wanted your so-called vaunted freedom. You wanted your so-called vaunted freedom. You marveled at your so-called independent strength. Who were you independent from? For some odd reason, you still chase down the worst men that you can find to have babies only for the fact of the matter that you were going to get no opposition from those men. Because 54% of men in the black community are childless and unmarried. You couldn't pick from them? I'm going to use this example I used last night. When Robert, hallowed be thy name, F. Smith, brought the freedom papers of 400 male students at Morehouse, how many mothers and fathers at Spelman said, you need to go marry them? You need to go pick which one of those men you could take. You need to go marry them. They're coming out of college without debt. They have a degree from basically a black Ivy League. If you want to be in the upper crust, get him. When was that ever said? But then they made a stink about it. They made a stink about it because his wife was white. Oh, you're not going to talk about the chick he was married to for 20 plus years, who was black and made sure she was well taken care of after they divorced? But when Oprah drops money on Spelman, does she ever tell them chicks to get married? No, because bitches like her are miserable and misery likes company. You know why Oprah was so convincing in The Color Purple? Because she let all of her wishes and inhibitions come out in that role. She wished she could go toe to toe and fight a man. She was loud, obnoxious, and everything. Everything that a lot of these modern black women wanted to be. But she also told a telltale story about black women without even knowing. All them fucking lies and stereotypes you said about how y'all were getting beat up by black men. A lot of y'all were beating the shit out of black men and they were not trying to fight you. You're right, Longo. How the fuck are you independent and still get tax breaks and government assistance? The world may never know. But you know, black men are privileged. Since when? Since when? Once again, since when? Last time I checked, we were the first to get fired, last to get hired, first to be accosted, first to be arrested, first to be in jail, first to be killed. Not one damn time has YouTube ever taken away any of these broad channels who said we should just abort black babies. If it's a male, just kill him. And that's not considered hate speech. I'm really questioning the validity of these YouTube police officers up in this joint. Because it seems to me that you motherfuckers support feminism. And this is a reason why you should support these shows. Is because guess what? YouTube could take away your AdSense. YouTube could flag you. But when you tell the truth about everything and everybody, they want to silence you. And that's disturbing. Freedom for me, but not for ye. Judas Blues. Oh, thanks for the support. Got to give you the shout out.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
Shout out. He put 20 on it. The first lieutenant, average Joe brother, said, let me get this straight. Robert F. Smith, I will be thy name, gave his ex-wife, who was black, the bag, and black women are mad at him for giving graduates of Morehouse their freedom papers. What the fuck? Yes, exactly like that, sir. Listen, Lieutenant, it's like when you were in command, right? And you gave this officer leave just for them to fuck it up and complain and said you're not being fair for them. And you granted them leave and you looked out for them when you know you
squad.
I'm back, folks. Can you hear me? But yet, he made sure she got the bag. He was being fair. But yet, but yet, they're mad because his current wife is white. So, but they so for black men, they're so for this community, but they don't want to see their black men get ahead. They don't want to see their black men put in positions of power. See, Joe Average brother was a first lieutenant in the Air Force. You know, Destroyo, he was a sergeant, a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps. Those are what? Leadership positions. Black women detest you because you can lead them and there's not a damn thing they can say about it. But yet, what's the trope? Black men never build anything. They never put anything in a community. He just build the next generation of black male leaders. He just build a legacy. He even challenged during his commencement speech for other black rich and philanthropists to challenge to take on his challenge of paying for young black men at HBCUs. There's an old story called The Kingdom in DC Comics that was basically the sequel to Kingdom Come. And they showed in one universe Superman being trapped on Earth. And it said, and I quote, in the little narration boxes, for all he's done, he deserves heaven, not prison. Does that sound like the plight of the black man for you? Somebody type that shit in the chat. Because I think that's what black men really, really are defined by. For all we've done, we deserve heaven, not prison, not confinement, not hell, not disrespect. For all he done. Here it is. That black man should be held to the highest extent of honor. And we and we and we have and you have people out there the audacity give it a fuck up. See, some of the fucking greatest people of the civil rights era were married to women of other races. Think about that. Did anybody challenge Harry Belafonte if he was down for black people? No. No, they did not. You would have got your ass whipped the challenge if anybody would have heard you challenge that. And I could do you better for the LGBT community. Why is it that you never bring up a certain brother? What's the brother's name from the civil rights? Why don't you bring him? I think that's weird, right? But guess what? They don't want you to have heroes. You don't even get the pleasure of dying to be the villain. You don't even get the pleasure to dying to being the villain. You don't even get the respect of being that. You don't even get the respect of being the hero. That's his name. Think about it. I'm gonna tell you how disrespected we are, black men. Since they say we're so homophobic, right? Why don't they ever bring up James Baldwin and the LGBT when they have their little speeches? You would think, as heroic as he was for his people, why didn't they bring him up? Oh, you know why? Because he was for his people. Because he put his sexuality on the back burner. He was black first and anything else second. They can't even let a man who was a part of a part of the LGBT community be the hero only because he was for his people before his sexuality. Hmm. Give me a woo if you feel that shit. Give me a woo. But Billy Porter could wear a damn dress and be claimed as a hero. Hmm. See, we don't judge a man by his sexuality. We don't judge a man by his worth or his wealth. We don't judge a man if he had a silver spoon or a plastic spork in his mouth. We judge a man by his character and his convictions. Why don't you celebrate James Baldwin? Because everything you're about, he would be against. Woo! I'm only asking the questions that you don't hear anywhere else in this goddamn manosphere. If you really supported black people like we supported you historically, because y'all couldn't even go around your white friends. Y'all couldn't go around your Hispanic friends. Because where you had to party and dance, black people accepted you. You know why? Because black people knew how it was to feel accosted. I'm going to ask the questions. Why isn't James Baldwin heralded as one of your greatest heroes, LGBT? Nothing against you, nothing against it, nothing negative, but I just want to know. Answer the question. Is it because he would be diametrically opposed to your beliefs? Because he would call out the anti-black man misandry that you all have? But y'all don't feel me, though. But y'all don't feel me, though. But y'all don't feel me. A man who put his personal shit aside for his people. Because, you know, the one thing about the status quo and the ruling class, they either try to say, well, Dr. King was cheating on his wife. And Malcolm X might have cheated on his wife. And Well, James Baldwin was so. There's none of your damn business. That take away from the man's work. If the man was on some LGBT first bullshit, he'd be the number one motherfucker you would throw at us. But because he was black first, think about it. Martin Luther King was black first before he was Christian. Malcolm X was black first before he was Muslim. For all you Pookies and Ray Ray debaters, guess what? Malcolm, when he was Malcolm Little, was the biggest Pookie in the world. But he cleaned the fuck up, didn't he? But y'all don't hear me, though. Here's another reason. They throw Martin in your face, the I had a dream, Martin, but notice they silence you or they don't want to hear it when Martin said, we're going to go to Washington to get our checks, Martin, do they? They won't even touch Malcolm because a black man with that type of power, that type of intellect, who was making the finest PhD stutter and debunked them effortlessly. Oh, they don't want to show a black man with that. That's the reason why I don't get into these Pookie and Ray Ray debates, because the black man was the first multifaceted man on God's green earth. When it comes to all the creatures on terra firma, nothing can hold us down. This was a guy with a record who became the most respected people, the most respected, the most requested speaker. Was not afraid to go to white talk shows and embarrass people. And I'm going to tell you, one thing about it, I'm going to bring back the pride and prestige of being black. Whether if I'm in a pair of Jordans or where I'm in a pair of $400 dress shoes. Whether if I'm wearing them now or Gators. All together now. Hold up. Woo! Oh, don't even let me get started with Dr. Muhammad. Don't even, if that man would have lived, trust me. And by the way, his son should be ashamed of himself. And I'm going to leave it as that. Don't you just love an unapologetic, intelligent, regal black man? But Charles, you're so sexist. Don't y'all remember when I had a live stream defending Felicia Rashad for being an A1 day one woman? That's a lady. That's a queen. But didn't I just big up several women on this live stream already? I had a whole live stream devoted to Felicia Rashad and support for her because she was a friend. She didn't give a damn what y'all said. She says, I know that man. That's my friend. I support him. But what do these simps and these ratchets do? These educated ratchets do? You try to throw her under the bus. When they don't agree with your narrative, they try to cancel you. Goddamn right she's America's mom, name her. But that's the epitome of what a black woman is supposed to be. Fuck what you heard. I'm standing with him. Where's my Marines? Weren't y'all the motherfuckers that came up death before dishonor? She said it too. I'd rather see death than dishonor, my friend. You're not going to get me to talk negative about him. And when she said, finally, the justice system worked for a black man. Shout out to David Price. We got to do, oh man, he put a 50 spot. I'm so humble. Woo! We got to do a big for you. We got to give you all 3 of these mugs. God damn, we got to start with the good one.
Woo!
These words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus! Ultra!
By the power of Grayskull!
Thank you again, David Price. Shout out. Woo! That should be the motto of black men right there. To go beyond plus ultra. Sometimes you got to go beyond and a little bit more. Always faithful. My dad was a Vietnam veteran Marine. Okay, trust me. One thing about a Marine, they don't play that dishonoring shit. Okay, if a Marine gives you the word, they're giving you their fucking word. Oh yeah, they're gonna scapegoat. Of course, they're gonna try to scapegoat and make black men look like the enemy. See, you know what masterfully black men has done? We have made them look like the fool. Even just in this broadcast alone, we asked a question. Black men are ever evolving, ever improving. What about you, black women? And this is what I'm going to say before I end this stream. Black women, the choice is yours. Are you going to be in our side or are you going to be in our way? As an old general told me, it's better to be in the devil's in the devil's side than in his path. Because sooner or later, black men are going to be like, at first you had my curiosity, now you have my attention. And now when I pay attention to what you do, I'm going to ignore you. See, ladies like Shonda, Kareem, Toya, and others who follow this, they got their men. They got their men. They're safe. When they hear noise, they got protection. They got their safety. They got their economic security. What about you? For all those who listened, thank you. For all those who enjoyed today's and yesterday's stream, thank you again. And I want you to remember 3 things. My brother, my champion, my savior. We are all we got. Till next time, woo! And we out.
Woo!